Alright, here we go.
Okay, your event is starting. Perfect.
Woohoo!
And we're live.
Live.
Alright.
Alright. Hi guys. Sorry I'm late. I kind of ran a little bit late in the sleeping department. But yeah. This is a Q&A live stream. I'm doing 2 this month. I did one like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, about that. Question, what time did you end up actually going to bed last night?
I think around 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
2 in the morning is a great bedtime.
Alright, so it would have been about 4 my... Okay. It would have been 4 my time. Alright, not too bad, but if I didn't know you were going to end up sleeping longer, I probably would have just blown you up on Messenger.
Okay, I'm gonna try and no, I don't want that. Oh, where did I put the screen capture for the Patreon stuff? By the way, for anybody who saw that, I do still have a P.O. box at the number, so feel free to send me mail. So,
Her P.O. box is lonely.
here, I'll just leave that up. That way you guys can copy it down. I'm trying to get the Discord
The iPad is the one I need.
chat up. You know what? It doesn't matter. We got Joe, Kangaroo, and Neonico Aria in the chat, so. Alright. You wreaked havoc on the Discord server. Wait, what?
Jordan got his nickname changed if you take a look at the server.
Not only Jordan, not only Della.
Oh no. Dare I ask?
Wait a minute, is that the kangaroo boing boing thing? Or what?
Yes, that's Della, yes.
Okay, so kangaroo
that's
is...
just a continuation from a
Look
joke.
in the Patreon
Okay.
chats, like members. Look there. A lot of them are there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I missed a lot apparently. Alright. I'm just gonna go back to the chat here. So, those of you who were at my radio stream yesterday know that I've been working on a ton of original songs lately. Actually, 3 in particular for the Kingdom Hearts album.
But they felt like a ton.
Yeah. I literally spent all week in the studio. I was originally scheduled for like 3 hours. And then it's just like, this is not taking 3 hours. And it ended up taking like a few days just to record and then some time to mix and then... So... excuse me.
I can only imagine it ended up being 4 days worth of work on this stuff that
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Joe, what did we say about that? Joe, no. What did we say about that?
Tara's channel, so it's her call, Michelle, shush.
What am I saying? Sorry. What was... It got quiet. What's going on?
I'm still here, I just had to type something real quick.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Did you look in the did you look at the members list, Joe? Did you see it?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay,
actually.
so,
No.
yeah. If you guys have any questions about, like, upcoming content, the album even, like, feel free to shoot that my way. Also, the Patreon chat is open on Discord if you guys want to join. My Patreon's also in the description, I believe. Yes, it is. So if you want to become a Patreon and come hang out with us within the next hour, you're able to do that too.
Do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, hi AJ, my name is Sport.
Hey AJ, glad you made it.
Sorry, you seem
What's
different,
up,
but you
Penguin?
still have your
How
beauty
you
to you.
doing?
That is because I just woke up and I literally just threw things together for the stream. So I'm sleepy. This is Sleepy Tara. I'm sure I'll wake up in a little bit.
Well, considering you've got stuff to do and you've got a meeting to go to later.
Yeah, I'll also lose a little bit of that gravelly texture in my voice. God love morning voice. Like, this is what I sound like when I wake up. And there was actually a period in my life where it's just like, I'd wake up and I wouldn't be able to, like, sing, voice act, or do anything for, like, a whole hour because this graveliness would last too long.
I know. That's me. That's me right now.
Yeah. Morning voice is like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the album or not about the album, or feel free to fire away.
While we wait for questions, I'm going to go into a little bit of what's coming for content on primarily this channel, because I haven't been doing a lot with this channel lately. I am still editing the vlog for Fan Expo, and actually let me bring up my schedule here with this, which I'm already off. I'm probably going to have to move things around on the fly. But what we're looking at is... Okay, Fan Expo stuff I should be looking at doing possibly closer to the end of the week. I'm also going to be doing What's in My Convention Suitcase closer to Animathon, which is coming up in a few weeks. And some updates, just an update video. Probably that'll go up the day of the Kingdom Hearts album release, and also the day I leave for Animathon, August 9th. So...
Mark your calendars.
yeah. My name is Sport Says Joe. How have you been, and what have you been up to, and how was your weekend, as well as anything good in terms of projects or what you're working on from last time? So...
Hey, AJ, glad you asked. Also, first of all, I want to apologize for not responding to the last couple of messages you sent me. I haven't had a chance to respond yet because work is draining a bit, and it's mainly, again, Operation June Cats has also taken up a lot of my time, energy, and attention. So it's been mainly work and that project, among other things.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just moving around my schedule a little bit there. Yeah, I'll figure the rest out with it later, just because there's so many things I still need to edit, and there's so many things I had planned. And there'll be an Animathon vlog that I have it punched in for, like, the 18th, which is the Friday after Animathon of the next week. So Animathon starts on the 11th, the 18th is the Friday after, so... But yeah, that's what's going to be going on with this channel. There's going to be a lot more vlogs, a lot more updates and stuff. Actually, it looks like my next live stream is next Sunday, so that should be interesting. That'll be the Sunday before I leave.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I'm thinking I'll do the radio behind the scenes. Maybe on Tuesday. I don't know. I have some clips. Just so it's like in around
so what's
that.
next for you? Animal Crossing album?
Animal Crossing. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
As fun as that sounds, to be honest, I'm probably not going to be working on another album for at least a few months, if not the next one may end up actually being the second Kingdom Hearts album. Just because there's a lot that goes into it, and this is considering to finish off this album, most of the tracks were already done. 7 out of 11 songs were done, and I had to do the last 4, and it has been insanity. I spent way too much time on it, way too much money on it, unfortunately, which I have to figure out a way to pay off. So, Patreon's going
Yep.
towards
So-
that. Probably some of the pre-orders are going to go towards that too when the funds come in from iTunes and stuff. So, yeah.
for whenever You Are the Key actually gets through licensing, because it's going on 2 weeks now.
Yeah. I'm actually going to check on that right now. I remember 2 weeks ago when I did the stream, I was checking on the licensing too. And that was before it failed. And it failed because it got confused with the song from Kingdom Hearts. Which was not the right song.
Oh, yes, right. You did mention that, yeah.
Yeah, You Are the Key got confused with the key from Kingdom Hearts. So that didn't help. I've been in contact with Sounddrop. We're trying to figure this out. They told me it would go through Friday, and it didn't. So I'm going to see what's going on Monday, because I don't think anything's happening on the weekend here. Okay, Sounddrop's not loading. I'm not going to risk it, considering we lost the Discord chat last time, and I don't want to overwork this thing. I'm actually going to start closing out stuff here.
Yeah, you might wanna, because especially after the last stream, yeah.
Photo booth does not need to be active. Notes does not need to be active. I have way too many things open at any one given time on here. That's one of my problems. And this is only a 2012 MacBook Pro. It's not new or anything. It's actually quite old. It's probably on its last update. So
Yep.
it does the job. It just doesn't like me sometimes while it's doing it. Like right before the stream, I actually had to solve an issue of no connected camera. And I'm like, oh great, they managed not to fix this even though I've upgraded my operating system. Because I had the same problem on the previous one too. Okay, apart from the albums you're working on, what other English covers you got planned between now and then? I do have some English song covers in 2017 or next year. I'd like to collab with you when you're free. I have no idea when I'm going to be free, honestly. My plan is to work through some things now, and then just have the vocals done for that, and then work through the mixing and everything, and that way if I get sick, I've got things done. So, as for what I've got planned, I guess this is okay to say on stream since I actually shared it with patrons a few days ago, but for this week, tomorrow is going to be the full version of Gravity Wall. Wednesday is going to be another radio stream in which I Believe in You will be going up on the playlist as a kind of sneak preview for the album. And Saturday is going to be another original song that I'm recording today. So, in a second, I have to film for that this week. So that's why it's at the end of the week. And this one, I don't have the benefit of a studio because it's expensive. I've probably spent way too much on studio time already. My plan is to just kind of take what I've learned, and try to do it myself. So,
Yeah.
So yeah. Trying to think of what else I wanted to cover here.
First of all, if you saw what I typed in the chat,
Cue the drafts. Those beautiful drafts, man. They're dangerous. They're dangerous.
they are dangerous. Yes, I agree.
But yeah, I'm gonna have some interesting things go up after that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a video ready for some of the album stuff in time for what I've got planned, so I'm not gonna give any release dates for those videos yet. That way I have the ability to move them around. But yeah, I've got some cool
And surprises
stuff.
at the same time.
I've got some cool stuff going on this month, so along with radio streams. Actually, looking at this, it looks like I have radio streams every week. So this week's Wednesday, next week's Monday, because I leave Wednesday and I can't really keep track of the radio stream. Like, what would end up happening for that is I'd have to trust my desktop here at home while I'm on the road. If something goes wrong, I'm not there to fix it. I can't log in to fix it because I'm on the road and my LTE may not work properly. So I'd have to basically be trusting somebody to be able to go in on it. If the internet goes out, the stream's gone. Even if it did manage to last until 11 o'clock at night, I'd be shutting it down remotely from Edmonton, so it's just a lot of stress
There's a lot
and
of variables. Yeah.
so many variables that
Maybe.
aren't there when I'm just in town here, because even if I'm out with like friends or something, I can say, you know what, I have to go early, I need to go check on my stream, I need to go home and figure things out here. It's not so easy to just like teleport home from Edmonton, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I'm keeping
For
radio
context,
streams.
It's what, a 9-hour drive from where you're at.
Yeah, and it's going to be even longer because we're going to get held up in Saskatoon this year because someone's getting a tattoo. I'm not going to say who, but it's not me. That's what I'll say.
Wow.
But and a friend of mine's getting a tattoo in Saskatoon. So
Okay.
we're going to end up like staying there for a few hours once we get into Saskatoon and getting to Edmonton late. So, not that I mind, we get to have Saskatoon shenanigans and stuff. Hang around for a bit longer than we usually get to.
Yeah. Yep.
And quite honestly, I've actually never been to
Budget
Saskatoon
workers.
for more than like... usually we'd go up there for an appointment or something, and not really tourism or just like getting to hang around. So like the most I remember from Saskatoon is maybe the Travelodge water slide.
Oh, wow.
So this is gonna be nice, just to go up there, hang around for a few hours, grab some lunch, and then head to our convention here. But yeah, as I was saying with the radio streams, I'm just gonna keep them away from convention dates, so that way we don't have issues in there.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, so next week is this week is Wednesday, next week is Monday. Then I've got another Wednesday after Animathon because we're coming back the 14th, so the same reason it's not on a Wednesday on Wednesday the 9th and it's on Monday the 7th is the reason it's on Wednesday the 16th, because travel. Then it's just the next 2 Mondays. So yeah, I'm gonna have weekly radio streams for a while, and then probably break the pattern late September. So got a little bit of a schedule going on here, which is nice. I know some people were asking about that yesterday on the radio streams. So yeah, that's upcoming content for the main channel, I guess, as well as like what I mentioned with Gravity Waffle version.
Yep.
And in a second. So now this album,
It says, Terry, your sleep habits scare me.
the one thing that scares me with the album right now is that we may not get a pre-order, and I'm hoping it doesn't come to this, but if that song takes too long to license, You Are the Key, it will deny me a pre-order date. So if it's not up by the last radio stream, there won't be a pre-order. That's the thing. And that's pretty close. That's pretty close. That's like a week from now. So it's got a week. If it's not up in a week, then we're going to have issues. If it's not up in more than a week, then I'm going to have to change the release date. So that's a little bit nerve-wracking. It's funny because the stress used to be like, oh, I have the originals to finish and I need to get this done, and yeah. Now it's just like, oh, hey, the originals are done. Everything's done. The album's complete. This still needs licensing. So yeah. It's just not something fun to deal with. Sorry, my instrumental has too much depth for them to license quickly. Yeah. I think it's a combination of things, honestly. The fact that You Are the Key is similar to The Key, and it says inspired by Kingdom Hearts, and it's a song by a small band. So they're probably having a little bit of trouble finding the guys, even though I gave them their Twitter. And getting the system to stop confusing it for the other song. So.
Yeah, that's just mind-blowing, Zara.
Oh, I should mention, at some point, I don't know when this is going to be on this channel, but I do have some clips recorded of behind the scenes for the album on the original songs. So I was going to put together a video just like talking about the album and throwing in some of those clips for behind the scenes. And that'll be uploaded here on this channel. So that'll be nice. I'm still going to have to film the talking about stuff, which I prefer to do after the album's up. I don't know. It just feels like something I shouldn't be doing like right now. I feel like I should be moving on to other things and then coming back to it when... Yeah, I'm trying to get used to the idea of doing behind the scenes, because higher level patrons will know that I've got a reward on my Patreon that has like behind the scenes on it, and I never seem to use it. And that's because usually when I'm recording, I'm not thinking about where should I put the camera so I can get a shot of me doing vocals. Where should I put another camera so I can get a shot of me filming? Do I want to get another friend to man a camera while I'm doing a video, like something just like this? That's not going through my head. And that's what needs to be going through my head, in addition to all the other things that are going through my head, to get some behind the scenes on it. Same thing with instrumentals, and right now my piano is in an awkward corner. Well, I guess it's not really a corner, but it's just in this area of the basement that's kind of crowded with other stuff, and it's right beside the couch and stuff, so it's hard to get a camera in there. And it's also hard to get a good shot of the piano itself, of me playing it, without getting like a million other things in the background, like for instance a washer and dryer, or an unfinished wall. I'm not so concerned about the unfinished wall, but like, I don't know. I guess it takes away from the professionalism a little bit. Like, you don't want to see my washer and dryer in the background. You want to see me play the piano even if it's in an unfinished basement.
Right, things like or doing choreography tests.
Yeah. I did send some of the early choreography tests to, like, a few friends and stuff. Basically because my basement's the one area that has enough room to actually work through it if I move the chair out of the way. So, but the problem is you've got a TV in the background, you've got this, you've got the power breaker in the background, you've got all this junk in the background that we need to figure out where to put. Like, you don't want to see my Nintendos piled on top of each other, a whole bunch of movies, and all this other good stuff. Like, I'd rather have it clean. I'd rather have it just a clean cut where you can focus on what I'm doing. If you know what I mean. And actually, yeah, my basement's been an integral part of recording because I used to record everything down there. My microphone used to be by the bookshelves, and I love that because the bookshelves were like, they were almost like a diffuser. Like, they weren't acoustically positioned, but they did work to kill reflections. And now I'm up here in our old guest room, which we've taken out the bed. That's sitting in the basement too with the rest of the junk I'm talking about. But if we ever need to put it back, we could probably just like take down my backdrop and like squeeze it in here somewhere. But yeah. I don't recommend my setup if you can't get a room, so it's kind of like mostly to yourself. Obviously, I'm sharing this. I've got some bookshelves in the side that have some of my stuff, some of my family's stuff. There's one in the corner. We've got some technology back here, the routers in the corner. So obviously it's a shared space, but at the same time, like, I don't have a bunch. Like, this is considered to be a space where I can go to record, where people are not going to bother me. And if they do, they'll ask and they'll be like, can I just check on this real quick, kind of thing. So,
And conversely, where you're not going to bother them as well.
And actually, recording in the closet isn't a bad thing, Michelle. Amanda did it. If I ever move out and I don't have a whisper room, which is the not so ideal scenario, what I'd probably do is I'd end up hanging a bar for my clothes outside of the closet, because I've got too many clothes and it would stuff the closet full. Make a gap where the clothes can like part to put the microphone and everything, and I'd probably end up recording in my closet and just hanging the stuff I couldn't fit outside of the closet on a bar. So it's definitely a setup that I'd consider if I ever left this house, which will probably happen at some point, since it is my parents' house, so it's something I have to think about in the future, even though I don't have to now. What program do you use to live stream? I'm currently using OBS Studio on a MacBook Pro. I actually recommend it on PC because I use it for the radio streams, and you get way more features, particularly in the audio department, I've noticed. Chris can also recommend this because OBS Studio, is what allowed him to do higher quality composition streams lately, because it works with his drivers. And OBS, the regular version, didn't. OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software. So yeah, it's good, it's free, it's open source. I do recommend the studio version if you can, though, because it has way more features. The regular version's a good introduction, it'll get you started, but you'll get way more. OBS Studio on PC is much superior than the Mac version. I wouldn't say much superior. If you want to add audio plugins, like a compressor to your microphone or something, if you're doing gaming, or I use the compressor on OBS Studio on my PC on the radio streams, just to balance out things a little bit, because I've got a whole bunch of unmastered old audio in there, whether it's from 2014, and just a little bit of light compression just allows it to flow seamlessly between songs without being like noticeable. So yeah, you can use VSTs in there. I haven't played with that totally, but yeah, you just get a lot more options. So it's really good.
Yes, OBS Studio made me a new man.
Yes. I remember that day on Facebook, you're just like, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what OBS Studio did? And I'm just like, VSTs? And you were just like, well, yeah, that, but I can use my drivers, finally.
Oh, wow. How are you enjoying AOT Season 2 or other 2017 or older anime you're watching, or if you're still watching? And are you going to watch Your Name or
Okay.
Napping Princess films if you got time?
I saw Your Name.
She has seen Your Name.
I saw the dub in
Yep.
theaters when it was out in theaters. I've got the corner there. It is weird lining up my background at this angle. Sorry. Yeah, I've seen Your Name. I watched it in theaters. Attack on Titan Season 2 is actually over. I've watched the entire season. The one anime I'm still watching is Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia, and I'm watching the Funimation dub. And they're a little bit behind right now, so they kind of took a break before the next episode. So I'm gonna pick up where they left off when they come back in with it.
Cool.
So, if you can recommend one live
Chris got a
streaming
little
coder
hype.
for gaming. Okay, if you can recommend one live streaming coder for gaming, which one would you recommend? I haven't really used OBS for live gaming. On Mac, it works if you use like the screen capture, which we found out with my Undertale streams. But normally what I use for any games on my desktop PC is XSplit. Of course, I get a license through my network for this, so it does cost a little bit of money. I believe there's a free version. I have not used it. You can try it out. But yeah, I think it's like $4.99 a month or something. Is it monthly? I can't remember. You always forget prices when you get something for free.
Are you
It's like forgetting
What was that?
pretty well?
scheduled it.
Oh no, I'm getting some... You guys are disconnecting.
Oh wow.
My my voice chat's showing poor quality.
Hold on. Tara, can you hear me?
You're stuttering a bit, but yes.
Okay, because I heard Jordan, and I don't know if anyone else heard him.
Well, I'll take stuttering
Yeah,
over...
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
So they got a lifetime license available for
Yeah,
$1.99 right now.
everyone. Hey, I can hear you loud and clear, Dollar.
Yeah, it's just gonna come through a bit stuttery on the thing. Okay, so yeah, a 36-month license is $4.17 a month. Or you can get a lifetime license for $199, but yeah, that's the premium license. Hang on. Okay, so for personal use, it's $2.50 a month for the 36-month license. Keep in mind when you say 36-month license, you are paying a cheaper price per month, but you're also looped into a contract, as I found out with After Effects when I did that. I currently have a year left on that, and I am stuck with it. So, don't just go for the longer contract, just because it's cheaper, because it may end up costing you more money in the long run if you don't plan it correctly.
Yes, definitely. Just like so many other things.
Yeah.
Joe the remix. That's supposed to mean Chris. Also, hey Tony, glad you made it. Welcome to the stream.
Okay.
And Mustin Mothballs, thank you for subscribing.
Yes, thank you for subscribing. Do you know any software that don't require payment, Tara? Well, OBS doesn't require payment. Lots of people get that to work. It's just, for gaming, I prefer XSplit because it just seems easier to put things together. As I said, I've done it with OBS. OBS was running basically all the Undertale streams except for the first one, because that was basically me and my Mac, and then Steve, and we were just out at the university. So,
Yep.
which, if anybody saw my tweet, their internet is insanity. I uploaded the preview video for the album, yesterday during the stream, and I had to go out to the university to do it because my home internet won't handle an upload while I'm streaming. 99 upload speed, that's megabits per second, and I'm just like, literally, I queued it, and it's just like, boop, 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 done. I'm like, already? What's my speed test? Okay, so animating software is not streaming. Okay, yeah, we were on the streaming softwares. Animating softwares. There is HitFilm Express. I haven't used it a lot. I'm currently trying to edit the Fan Expo vlog and the video editing side. But what it is it's kind of like Premiere and After Effects in one software. You have the Premiere side, which is the HitFilm Express editing side, and then the compositing side, which is more like After Effects. And a compositor is basically the type of software After Effects is. It's designed for moving things around, animating them, putting together a composition, basically. So, yeah, HitFilm is probably not going to be able to do as much as After Effects, at least not without the paid add-ons. But it is something that would probably be comparable for free, just to start you off. And if you do want to add on add-ons later, you can always purchase the packs, and it's not going to be like After Effects where it's like so much a month. Once you own the pack, you own the pack. So if you get like birthday, Christmas money, and you decide, oh hey, I want this audio effects pack for the audio waveforms and stuff, you can do that. It's definitely free. It's called HitFilm Express. Here, I'll put it into the HitFilm Express. But yeah, it's definitely free. It'll do you as a video editor and a compositor. And there's a ton of tutorials on there, and you can get some amazing special effects, even though like footage. And if you can do that with footage, you can probably do it with like OCs, artwork, backgrounds, just like animation for course battles or your own projects, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's just getting used to it. I'm not used to it yet, so yeah, just like download it, poke around in it a bit, look at some tutorials, see if there's anything you can't learn. Would you contemplate doing any Love Live songs? I'd like to do more Love Live songs. It's not something that's on my list right away, but I'd definitely like to do more Love Live songs. I'm gonna grab some more water
Yeah,
here.
I feel like I keep asking that same question every time.
HitFilm Express sounds interesting.
Hey, Kava, you made it.
Joe,
Yeah.
stop it with that word.
Zula?
What?
It's contagious.
Okay, Michelle, just let me say it one more time.
Okay, I am going to go make a petition to have you stop saying that word. Okay? I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Should I play the preview of... What do you guys think? Should I try and play the preview of Gravity Wall that I had done for Patreon? Because it's been out for like a week now, almost. Half a week, actually. Because I recorded that when...
Almost 2 months. Yeah.
No, like the preview I uploaded to Patreon, the acapella one. Okay, we're gonna have to do this through my phone because everything wants to force quit on me. When I open it, should I play it, you think? Because AJ's asking, any previews of English covers you can kindly show, even if it's not albums. But if not, then no worries at all. I think that's the only thing I have recorded right now is the thing. So...
Yeah, basically.
Should I play it, you think? Because patrons have had it for a while now, so... I feel like it's fair to be able to play it on a public stream at this point, because it's been around long enough. The guys still got, like, the preview early, so... Yeah, I'll play it. I have no idea how this is going to come across on my
I have
iPhone,
no objections.
but...
I'm screaming something to you, whatever something to me. Unravel the answers, but they still mean nothing to me. I'm screaming something to you, whatever something to me. Each shitterling sorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of cut off there, but that's going to be the last chorus for the full version of Gravity Wall. Some of you may remember my TV size cover. I'm just going to complete it. Part of those vocals are from the TV size cover, and some of them are new. Obviously, the something to me, no.
Yeah, that ad-lib's definitely new, and I still don't catch. I'm not quite catching that. I should listen to harder for that low. You said it was a harmony in there too that was new.
Yeah.
The mid-harmony.
There's a mid-harmony and a high harmony. High harmony seems to blend with the high harmony I already had there. I kind of just changed it a little bit, so it's kind of double, kind of harmonized. Just to make it a little bit fuller. That way you get the first chorus the way it is in the TV size version. The second chorus has a little bit more texture to it, but it has a different backtrack. And then the last chorus, all out. And then you have the Break Your Stereo Days, which I'm thinking I might add a few layers to as well, just to make it a little bit different. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna guess it's because of Apple. I mean, I've got this run through a MacBook Pro, and this is an iPhone. This sounds very, very clear to me when I play it, so... A lot clearer than some of my other phones, which would distort, and a lot clearer than my laptop, which definitely distorts. If I played this on my laptop, you'd just hear crunch. Crunch. It's just like... I cannot play things through my laptop speakers anymore. I've even started noticing a little bit of distortion on the edges with my headphone jack on here. You have any ideas besides Q&A and radio that you'd like to stream in the future? I'd like to do a concert stream at some point. I just have no time to work out the logistics of it. I'd do that on the main channel. As for other streams, I just kind of want to do random streaming. Like, I've been looking into apps for that. This one doesn't do chat, but I've got an app on here that, if I turn this around, you're going to see me twice when I do this, I think. Yeah.
Right.
I just got an app on here that'll let me live stream. And all I have to do is like set up the stream key and everything in there and then hit the button. And I can switch it to like my front facing camera too. How do I do that? Oh, there it is. So yeah, now you can see the chat and stuff and a really, really bright light. That I think that's, I don't know. So.
Whoa, yes, we're seeing double downs today.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that before you guys get a headache.
So sick. I love it.
But yeah, you can basically do both cameras, and I can just directly stream from this. So if I pair it with my iPad, maybe, I can watch you guys chat and then just do like a random stream from wherever I have my phone. How are you getting along with your iPhone SE, and what are your views with, and what you'd like, on what you'd like and what you do not like since you've had it? I love this thing. I think I solved the, actually no, I haven't quite solved the Discord issue from last time. There's a little bit of confusion with some apps, but it's not Apple's fault. It's the developer of the app's fault. But overall, I love this thing. I'm not even close to running out of space. I'd be surprised if I was, just because it's got so much. Yeah, I've used 37 gig on this. I couldn't do that on my old phone. I'd be dead by now. Like, it would be like, you're running out of space. You can't open photos. You can't open texts by now if...
Oh my gosh.
If this was an Android
That'd
phone.
be a pain.
But yeah, I've got like 86 gig left, so I have no worries there. It's nice. I like that on text messages, if I'm messaging like multiple people, it'll save the pairings. So I've like sent a message to Shane and Jesse before, and it's just like, where are you guys? Are you at Shane's? Are you home? What's going on here? And it'll just save that. So the next time I go to type in Shane and Jesse, it'll just be like, oh hey, that's an option already. So I like that. The only thing that I've been frustrated with in messages is if you have another iPhone user, it'll automatically try to iMessage them. And I've had to set up a system that works so that doesn't happen, since my parents now have iPhones too. And they don't like to leave their data on. They don't like to leave their data on, so what'll happen is if it tries to iMessage them, they won't get anything until they turn data on or connect to Wi-Fi.
Oof. That's crazy.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than those tiny little things, it's perfect. Like, this works. It works for filming. I can edit on there. Just last week, no, it was the week before, I posted like a clip where I just sang a cappella of what I had plans for Power of the Heart on the album. This was before the studio. And I just had like this microphone that I'm using. And I just went into GarageBand. Just recorded a cappella, exported it, put it on SoundCloud, posted it. Easy.
Yes.
And yeah.
I do remember that.
Okay, you can turn off the iPhone iMessage in settings, but it's a minor pet peeve. It is. I actually tried that, and whenever I went to go text my parents, it would say you need to turn iMessage on. I'm like, that doesn't help. Just let me send a text message. So that's a little bit broken in iOS 10 right now. Hopefully they fix it in iOS 11. We'll see. But yeah, overall, I love this thing. It's the best phone I have ever had. So, and I'm hoping it lasts a really, 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 really long time, because I love it. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to afford another iPhone. So.
Not for the longest time.
Mm-hmm. Especially with my studio bills and AX next year. I'm going to be working overdrive to get the funds for that. Tip Terry, you can... Yeah, I know you can use, you can do custom ringtones in GarageBand. I actually have a different way of doing it. Because if you go into iTunes, convert a 30-second clip to an M4A file, and then go change the extension to M4R, it's the exact same encoding, just a different extension. So I can... I guess the technical term for this is I can remux recording is into ringtones really easily. So, actually, I've got a few custom ones on here. My current one's Overfly by Amanda Lee, which I've carried over for like the last 4 phones.
Basically, yep. Yeah.
So if I go into sounds, my current one right now. And I also had another one on here for an example. I have my own cover of 1,000 Words. And it's vibrating while doing that for whatever reason, but yeah, those are just custom ringtones. I can set those as alarms, I can set those as pretty much anything. So, and they're really easy to make. So.
I love how like the last 10 minutes basically have been you shamelessly plugging your iPhone.
Oh my god, I know.
Basically.
Alright, it is 12 o'clock. I'm gonna go another 15 minutes since I showed up late for my own stream. And then we're gonna kill this. So if you guys have questions... So if you guys have questions, put them in the chat now. I'll take as many as I can. And if in between questions, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the album. So my current plan is August 9th. Yep. Again, that may change if the licensing takes longer than a week. Pre-order, I'm hoping to have it up Wednesday if I can. If not, Saturday or Monday. Monday might be cutting it a bit because, not like this Monday, but the next Monday, because it may not actually go through for pre-order. I'm hoping to have at least a week pre-order though. With this scenario, I'll be talking to Sounddrop on Monday about that. Yeah, this is an Aquafina bottle. So.
Called it.
With the album, again, the radio streams are going to be previewing the last 2 songs. They'll be mixed in. You guys can request them. You already know what they're called from the preview video. Tara, how are your sleep patterns? Yep. Clearly still getting back on track, seeing as I set my alarm for 9:30 and I woke up when the stream was supposed to be starting. So
should I start blowing up your phone again for like stuff like this, or at least
maybe
on Facebook?
Maybe I'll leave my ringer on or something, because that way it'll just be like a phone call. That's the other thing this does. If I receive a call from Messenger, it rings like my phone. Literally, there's no difference. It just tells me it's from Messenger. It just uses the built-in call app. I actually think that's beautiful, because I always hated how there was all these different screens, and it's like, where's the answer button, and why is this a different ringtone, and oh hey, that's why I ignored the call, because it's sitting there going... And I'm like, who's gonna hear that? Is there a way to set it? No. Why?
Oh, jeez. That's gotta be annoying trying to figure out, okay, I just woke up, I hear this. What the heck? But yeah, your sleep
Is that Skype?
Yesterday. I swear your sleep Oh my gosh, yes. Skype too.
Yes.
Yeah, your sleep patterns were a topic of conversation yesterday and the radio stream before that.
I'm getting my sleep patterns back on track. The goal is to be able to get up early and go to bed at a reasonable hour, since I'm not editing the vlogs as I go this year for Animathon. So when I leave for Animathon, like, we'll get into Edmonton, I'll probably go to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock and try to get up early enough to make pancakes, do stuff, like, before the convention even starts, instead of, oh hey, it's almost 10 o'clock, I have a panel at 11.
Yeah, I need to scramble.
That was me last year, if you guys remember the vlogs. It was just like, I am going to be late. And I'm sitting there doing my cosplay hair and makeup, and it's like,
Chris says, you seem like you'll do pretty much a collab with just about anybody. Do you have any red flags for people when it comes to that, or like a cutoff point with too many people? How do you approach that?
How I usually approach collabs is I'll try to get a solid idea of people's track record when it comes to collabs, like what kinds of things they've done, and I'll also take into consideration the project type. Like, if it's something I can't see myself doing, I won't take it on. If it's something that seems to work with the style I already do and my current branding, I'll consider it, and then I'll do a little bit more research on what's this person's channel like, what kinds of content do they do, what kinds of people do they work with, and I'll just go through that and I'll be like, yeah, maybe this is worth taking a chance, or no, maybe I kind of want to skip this one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As for too many people, I'll basically take a look at my schedule, and there's a point where I'll tell somebody if they want to collab with me. Does it have to be, like, in the near future, or are you okay, like, waiting off because I have way too many things to do right now? So, like, if they're okay with waiting off, then we'll have something eventually. But if it has to be, like, now, or they're, like, trying to scout me for a project or something, I'll be like, yeah, you may want to move on to the next person if you need like lines by next week, or need to sing something by next week.
Yeah, that's not enough notice from where I sit. So
Yeah. How's your health? I'm doing pretty good health-wise.
We have actually made a petition, Joe. We actually made a petition. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. So how's my health-wise? I'm actually doing pretty good health-wise. I've been sick recently, like 2-3 times, so I'm trying not to get sick again, especially with a convention around the corner that I'm going to be singing at Take the Stage. I don't want to be sick for that, and I don't want to get sick from that, for that matter. So I'm just trying to stay on top of that, keep my immune system at its tip-top, despite all the stress that's going on with the album, licensing, and just trying to get things done. Ironically, I have more projects going on right now than I did last year at this time, and I feel less stressed for Animathon. Like, I can handle more, whereas last year it was just Unravel and Crystalline. And I was,
last year,
yeah, it's just like, I leave next week. It was just like, I leave next week. I need to get 2 songs recorded and one of them filmed. So I had Unravel finished. I had to do the full video for that and everything with the animated text. I guess it's kind of animated text, not really animated, but it kind of fades in and out. And then Crystalline, it was just like, okay, I have to sing this, I have to film this, and I had to do a 1 take for that, because I'm thinking, 1 take, I don't have to do any editing. I just, like, set up the camera, if I can just go through this, like, 10, 15 times, and get one that works, I will be okay with that. And then, on top of the 1 take, I decided, you know what, I kind of want to add in those voiceover parts that I did. It's just like, I did this for me, kind of thing. All those parts in the middle. So then I just decided I'm going to set up the camera and I'm just going to layer this one part. And then I just have to edit in this little bridge area and at the end. So I did that, and then it ended up... That video was actually scheduled before I left for Animathon. And I just set it to go up the Monday I came back. So...
It went up Tuesday, actually. It went up Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday.
You got back Tuesday morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because
that afternoon.
Right? I was just thinking Monday, because I'm just like, oh yeah, we left at like 9 o'clock at night, and we drove back all night.
And you're not doing that again this year.
Yeah, we're not doing that again this year. But yeah, I was thinking Monday, just because I remember being back in Regina here, and I'm just like, you can catch my new video, Crystalline, that should be up by now.
Yep.
Because I remember saying that on the vlog.
And I remember Overflow was originally...
I originally wanted to record it before.
I was originally... Yeah.
And I also wanted to film it, and I ended up not filming it. Because, yeah. I tried to film it, but then I had problems with, oh hey, I keep messing up the Japanese. Or, oh hey, I keep messing up this, or the timing, or something. And there's just so many things went into that song with both versions that it was just hard to keep track of.
Oh my gosh, that blooper.
Yeah.
So used to the Japanese.
Yeah, you get used to one or the other. And I'm going to have to do this again, because I do have a special collab cover that I'm going to be working on in English and Japanese. I'm not going to give any details yet. Somebody in this chat knows what I'm talking about. Not in the voice chat, but in the stream chat.
And yes, fellow patrons, if you saw an update on the calendar, there was a date that was marked with a blurred out.
Yeah, all of that's changed. Yep. All of that's changed. Just because I've had the album to work on, and
I'm just saying,
that's how my schedule usually works. I'll like punch everything in for the next 4 months, and yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? To all that work sounds, it's like too much for one to handle if it's assigned a date for release. In a way it is. Usually what YouTubers and musicians have is they have a team of people working on stuff like this. I'm too poor for a team, to put it bluntly. I don't have the money to hire people out. Anybody who is helping me basically for free. So, most times I end up doing everything on my own. It's just to get to the same quality standards, to try and put out a product that's as good as it needs to be, and I'm completely solo for that. I'm the producer, I'm the arranger, I'm the singer, I'm the mixer, I'm the engineer, I'm doing
The audio
everything.
engineer.
Yeah, the audio engineer.
Yeah.
Often what I'll do with my covers is, like, in a studio you get somebody who's sitting there cleaning up all your takes and stuff as you're recording them. You get somebody who's saying you'll give them a place to come in and then they'll hit record, they'll be managing all that stuff. At home, you're doing it yourself. So I'll sit there and I'll be at the mic one moment, I'll be rushing back to the laptop to hit the R button, which is the keyboard shortcut for recording, and I'll rush back before I have to come in, because I've got a 4 count that comes in before it starts recording. And sometimes what'll happen is I'll get to the mic just before the line, and I'll have that energy from running back and forth between that, and it'll go into the line. And sometimes that helps. Sometimes it's just like, darn it, I screwed up. But yeah. So yeah, there's that, and then in between takes, I'm usually cleaning things up, because I can't do it while I'm singing. And then I'm the mixer, I'm the producer. Even in the studio, I'm the producer. A lot of mainstream artists, they'll be like the one in the booth, and then there'll be somebody outside calling the shots, saying, this is how I'd make this better. This is what I'd do. And this is how the arrangement should go. And can you do another take of that line? And that was perfect. And all this other stuff. With me, I'm doing all of that myself. I'm even in the studio for the original songs, I'm sitting back behind the mic, giving the guy directions as to where to come in, and giving myself directions at the same time as to what to do. Do I want to do another take of that? Did it sound good? Can you play that back for me so I can hear it without singing at the same time? Can I come around so I can hear it through the other system? So it's just, you're doing more things in that moment. Yeah, macro devices, as in, I'm kind of curious about that. I'm going to take the other questions while I wait for an answer with that. What events, apart from Take the Stage, are you going to attend whilst at the con? Are you going to cosplay or not? I may cosplay. I'm looking at Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. It depends on if the wig comes, though, because this is the... Shoot. You're not receiving data from your encoder. Okay, good. Good. Okay, stream cut a little bit for that. Okay, I'm just going to say that again. What events, apart from Take the Stage, are you going to attend whilst at the con, and are you going to cosplay or not? So yeah, I'm looking at cosplaying Kiki's Delivery Service, Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, if the wig comes, because obviously this is the wrong color for that, and it's not short enough, even if it was. Have you decided what song you're going to do? I actually have some questions to ask Take the Stage, because I'm thinking if I can get away with it, I'd like to do an original, but I don't know if they're going to let me do that. So I'd preferably like to do something from the album, but
they specify it's got to be from an anime or regular.
Yeah, so I need to ask them about that. I need
it's
to.
A very thin line.
I need to ask them if inspired songs would be okay or not. So I'm not gonna say for sure what I'm gonna be doing for Take the Stage. I'm currently thinking of a backup plan. Shooting Star seems like a decent option, but I'd have to remix all my harmonies for the backing track. And I'd also have to go over it again and be like, okay, this is how I do it live. Which is a process in itself. So I need to think about some things with that. Just like what works, what doesn't, how much time do I have to prepare for it, and how much can I do with all the other projects that I'm working on. So on PCs you can put all those commands on a hardware switch. Okay. Yeah, there's shortcuts already built into the Mac. Yeah, Mac's is a little bit different. Like, there's a whole bunch of shortcuts already built into the Mac, and you can use key mapping software to build more. I guess it works like any computer. If there's a program to do it, it can do it. You also have automation things. Actually, Automator might be able to create macros, too. I just don't know them as macros. I know them as scripts. I actually learned to do it on Mac before I ever did on PC. I made my first AppleScript file before I ever made a .bat. So.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah, that would cut out the running back and forth. Actually, what I need to start doing is I need to learn how to use the Logic Pro 10 app on my phone. Because there's a Logic remote. And Logic's not open, so this is not going to connect. Actually, I'm just going to open Logic for a moment just to show this off. Because it'll synchronize to the last project. That is not working. You know what, never mind. I'm just going to bring it up on the App Store to show you some screenshots.
Alright.
Logic remote. Okay, so I've got this app on here. And basically, if you can see that, let me just see if you can see that. Yeah. This is a screenshot from the App Store for it. I can set levels as a record. There's a record button down here. Play and stop. You can pretty much control every aspect of this. I'm just not used to it. And I can sit there with my phone, since I have my phone for lyrics anyway, stand behind the mic and go record. I actually like the running back and forth a bit because of the energy sometimes. But I need to learn how to use this so I can get a little bit better with just like being able to stand here. Again, I'm not used to it, so it's not as easy for me as the running back and forth. Can you do an English song that is not a cover for Take the Stage if it is done professionally?
Awesome.
Such as I'm Alive by... Or does it have to be Japanese? Okay, what their rules say is it has to be from an anime, video game, etc., or J-pop songs are also acceptable. So it has to be of Japanese origin. I can do an English cover of a song. As for songs that are not a cover, it's considered to be a cover if it was originally done by someone else. So, like, I'm Alive by Becca from Black Butler, that would be a cover if I did that song.
Yeah, because that's the original art.
For songs that
originally in English, just
for songs that aren't covers, it would be like the 3 on my new album. So, like, if the song that's not a cover, it would be like if I sang Night of Darkness from my new album, The Light in the Darkness. And actually, I want to know if I'm able to do that, because I want to know if I'm able to sing a song that I wrote, or that Nate Wants to Battle wrote, that's not necessarily from the game, not necessarily originally in Japanese, but has some sort of connection to it because it was inspired. So, yeah, I'm going to be sending them an email probably this week. I need to do it before the 4th because I need to sign up by the 4th. So, normally I'd just be like, drop in, and if with this kind of scenario, like, try to get some details beforehand and just drop in with the song. But the problem with that is my panel with Triple S League is right in the middle of Take the Stage. So I need to register in advance and pick my time to go up for the preliminaries.
Sounds like I had a heck of a time. fine.
I have an Apple-free house. I'd rather have devices I can work on if something breaks or needs customization. There's not much help dealing with Apple products. Yeah, Apple's not all that different. Actually, what is expensive is the fact that they overprice their hardware, in my opinion. But in the way I can kind of justify that,
Yep.
because when I take a look at Logic Pro 10 versus Pro Tools 12, which is what they were using in the studio, they've got a whole bunch of add-ons, and Pro Tools itself is like $1,000. Logic Pro 10 is regular, like $300 software, and it comes with a lot of things that you can use to do mixes. Seriously, half my plugins are built into Logic Pro 10. The limiter I use for mastering, the compressor I use, the EQ I use is built into Logic Pro 10. Actually, the plugin I use most often that's not built into Logic Pro 10, and it's one of the only ones that I tend to use a lot versus the built-in ones, is Ambience for reverb. And it's by Magnus Smarty Electronics. It's a free plugin. But yeah, like 90% of my workflow is built into Logic Pro 10. And that's brilliant with what I get for results out of a $300 program with little to no add-ons. Again, all my instruments too, like most of the instruments you hear in my arrangements for covers, like Into the Sky, that piano's built into Logic Pro. What else did I use on that one? The percussion's built into Logic Pro. Everything's built into Logic Pro. Actually, the only thing I've been using that's not built into Logic Pro lately is Sonavox orchestral strings, because they sound better. But for what you're getting for $300,
Strings you use for.
like, what they put in for preset plugins, for pre-installed plugins, justifies the cost of the Mac, in my opinion. Because it's like you're getting a computer, any computer, you're getting a plugin set, and you're getting $300 software. That's what I see it as. Like, the $300 software is just like the Logic Pro interface. And where you've justified the cost of your Mac is in the plugins it includes. They've just carried over the price to some other aspect of it, saying, you already own a Mac. We're going to give you cheap software that does more. So, that's how I see that. Does that mean I have the money for another Mac? No, but do I have the money for Pro Tools? No. But I'm just saying I can see how they justify their pricing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
By the way, not to cut in, but it's already 12:25
Yeah.
in your area, Tara.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut off the stream here. I'm not seeing any more actual questions directed specifically at me, just a little bit of chat. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week with the stream. I'm going to schedule that now. Maybe I'll pick a time that's like maybe noon or 1 for that, my time, instead of 11, so I don't sleep through it. And we'll go from there.
Oh, I'm still gonna call you that day to wake you up. Just in
Yeah.
case.
So next Sunday we'll do another Q&A. And we'll go
next
from
Sunday
there.
works.
We'll go from there. In the meantime, I've got a ton of work to finish today and an anime-thon meeting, so I will see you guys. Bye-bye.
So ahead of time, Tara, if you don't feel you can make it to tonight's call.
Okay. Yeah, we're still on air, just so you know.
Question.
Just gonna see you guys. Bye.
Yeah.